Welcome to Well-Rounded. I'm your host, Tiffany Parker. Happy Wednesday! So I'm recording this on Monday and I dropped my parents off at the MTC this morning and it was so fun. They were so cute. They were so excited. My mom was a little nervous, but it was so fun and it was just weird. It's weird. I think it's going to be a little bit odd. I don't know if it's going to be super weird for me because I live in a different state from the rest of my family, but I think when we do our family calls on Sunday without them, that's going to be weird. And like Christmas and the holidays, I think are going to feel a little strange, but I'm so excited for them. The poor things got called to Rome, Italy. So your girl is planning a trip already. Okay. So we will be going back to Italy again. And yeah, they're super excited. Sorry, I still have a little bit of a cough, because colds and flus nowadays since COVID are all they're souped up, they're mutated, and they just have to sit in our bodies for like a month. So I'm going to try not to cough, but talking kind of triggers it a little bit. So I apologize. Hopefully by next week's episode, it'll be gone for good. And then I can sing and talk and do all the things I love to do without the need to cough. But yeah, anyways, dropping my parents off was super fun. We crammed a crap ton of luggage into my car, and Go Zeus, that's my car's name, he held all their luggage. And as we were dropping them off, so for those who maybe aren't members or aren't active, my parents got called to a mission for 2 years to go to Rome, Italy. And they requested that. They wanted that. My dad served in Milan back when he was 19. And they're serving a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And my mom is going to be the mission nurse, I think, last I heard, for the whole country. For the whole country of missionaries. And then my dad is going to be in charge of some office stuff because he's a financial planner. So I think some paying bills and some clerical stuff and things like that. So he's really excited to go back to Italy. We went to Italy as a family in 2019 before the Great Plague, and that was a ton of fun. And my brother served his mission in Milan as well. So, and then I'm a quarter Italian. Genetically, I'm only a quarter, but in my soul, it feels like more. In my soul, it feels like I'm like 100% Italian. You know, so, cause I just really love that culture and I feel like my personality kind of matches it. And, I talk with my hands a lot. You can't see that, but I'm waving a pen around. And yeah, so super great. On a side note, I dropped them off in my pajamas and of course, looking crappy, like I just rolled out of bed, cause I did. Of course, the guy at the gate at the MTC in Provo, really good looking, did not have a ring on his finger, and I have not stopped thinking about it all day. My dad even, he was like, that guy was cute. I was like, yes, he was. And I tried to cut off that conversation real quickly. Yeah, he was really attractive. Really attractive. Maybe our paths will cross again. Maybe he'll listen to this and be like, she's my soulmate. You know, I don't know. Probably not, but a girl can dream. A girl can dream of a meet cute like the kind you see in rom-coms. It's probably not going to happen because my life is not that blessed, but you know, you never know. So anyways, he was really attractive. On other news, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl today because I have thoughts, I have opinion, especially about the halftime show. So we'll get into it. But first of all, got to talk about Lady Gaga's new song, Abracadabra. She's one of those, like, she has an incredible voice and her control is actually really good, legitimately. If you've never heard her sing the Sound of Music medley, I think she sang like 10 years ago or something like that. It's incredible. That was the moment I was like, oh, she can sing. Like, she has a really good voice. And I think it's kind of, sometimes, at least for me, it's easy to forget that because of all the weird stuff. You know, all the weird stuff that she does. And so I watched the Abracadabra music video because I follow a lot of dancers on Instagram and stuff, and they were like doing some of the movements, and it was really satisfying. So I was like, okay, I have to be in the know. I have to be a part of society. And so I watched it, and it's one of those things, like there were a lot of really cool moments, but then there were some things that were like a little bit weird. There were some things I was like, oh, that's a little uncomfy or whatever. But it's one of those things, like all of her music videos, I feel like I can't look away though. You know what I mean? Like I know it's a little weird. Some of it's a little icky. Some of it is just kind of odd in general. But I can't stop watching though, because it's like also kind of satisfying. So anyways, make it make sense. I don't know, but it's a really catchy song. I've been listening to it all day, and it's very on brand for her. And I feel like we've been needing some good music. I feel like a lot of the music that's come out more recently has been really good, but like I feel like there's a huge dearth of well-written music that has been just making life harder. You know what I mean? Sabrina Carpenter's stuff is kind of fun. Her style is not really my style, but I do like Chappell Roan. I've liked some of the stuff that's been coming out lately. It's been a lot more fun. So it's been a lot more fun. It's just better written in general. You know what I mean? So anyways, on to the main event, the Super Bowl. So unfortunately for this podcast, it was really boring. Like, I was cheering for the Chiefs. I have no problems I like cheering for greatness, okay? I like cheering for teams that are really good. I loved cheering and watching Tom Brady play. It was so fun, so entertaining. He's so good. I know a lot of people don't like him or think he's weird or think he always looks like he's about to cry, because he kind of does. But I love Tom Brady, and he was super fun to watch. He made Super Bowl so exciting. So I am not one of those people that just cheers for the underdog just to cheer for the underdog. I like cheering for greatness. I kind of wanted the Chiefs to win for a third time in a row because it's awesome. Also, Andy Reid is the coach of the Chiefs, and he's BYU alumni, and then there are like a handful of other BYU alumni that are on the Chiefs teams or have been in the past, and it's fun because I've like seen some of them play while they were at BYU, because I never missed a home game. And so it's kind of fun to like watch people, I obviously don't know them personally, but like I've seen them play with my own eyes in person, so it's just kind of fun to cheer for things like that. And I just really wanted them to do well. The last couple games that I saw before the Super Bowl, they like had some weird mistakes, and I kind of was buying into like the referee bribery thing a little bit, because I was like, that wasn't a great call. But like, man, they did not show up. Holy crap. Like the Chiefs, they're terrible. I was like, who is this? Like, how have they won the last two Super Bowls when they're playing like this all of a sudden? And the Eagles were super sharp. But at the same time though, the Chiefs were super sloppy. Like, I have never seen Patrick Mahomes. He's the quarterback, for those who are not football people. He's the quarterback, and I have never seen him throw that poorly in my life. And like, he seemed just a little bit panicky. He seemed like he was in his head or something, but it was just so boring. I was like, where have the Chiefs gone? And, but congrats to the Eagles. It's one of those things where like, I really don't have strong opinions either way in this case, because my team is the Cardinals and they suck again. So it's like the stakes are super low, but I do love watching the Super Bowl. I did buy some kind of healthier but delicious Super Bowl treats, and I made them for my dad, and so we ate them together and watched together, and it was just kind of fun because I'm into football because of my dad. I grew up watching football with him, watching my brothers play football, and so I do understand it and I enjoy it, not ironically and not to impress boys. I do genuinely enjoy it. In fact, I've gone to football games with guys who I convinced them to come to experience the environment and stuff, and they like wouldn't stop talking the whole time, and it was really annoying. I was like, there's play happening, you need to shush, okay? Because I wanted to watch the game. So anyways, yeah, so it was so boring. I was on my phone half the time, and like the commercials were funny. I feel like the commercials have gotten better because they used to not be funny, or they used to be like politically driven or whatever. And so there were some funny ones that I was like, oh, that's actually really clever, or that's good, or like, oh, that made me want some Doritos and things like that. So that was kind of fun. That was refreshing. Congrats to the Eagles. May they be happy. Another podcast I was listening to said that the quarterback for the Eagles is Jalen Hurts, which is correct, but said he was really attractive. Didn't find him that attractive, and I was kind of disappointed. But yeah, the commercials were really funny, but the show, or the game, was just boring. The main event, though, that I'm going to talk about, because there's nothing exciting to talk about with the game, is the freaking halftime show. What a joke. Please tell me that I'm not the only one that hated every second of it, okay? When I heard that Kendrick Lamar was going to be the halftime show, I did not have high hopes for a living, okay? And I was right. It was so lame. Like, boring game, boring halftime show. What the actual crap? Because I don't watch the football game just for the halftime show and just for the commercials. I watch for the whole shebang bang, okay? Like, I want the commercials to be good, I want the halftime show to be awesome, and I want it to be a good game where two great teams are matched against each other, and they're fighting for the glory and for the Tiffany trophy. That's not what it's called, but the trophy is created by Tiffany and Company, which is a fun fact. That's why it's so gorgeous and beautiful and perfect. And like, all of it was just so disappointing. Like, Kendrick Lamar's music has never done it for me. I've never liked his music. And here's the thing, like, I know I'm a white girl from Arizona, but I like rap. I like hip hop. Like, I love that genre, but I don't like it just to like it, though. And I don't like it to follow trends. Like, I like well-written raps. I like well-written hip hop. I like things that are well done. And not a single portion of that was well done. The only thing that I liked about his show was how they like made the American flag with their outfits. That was the most exciting thing to me. Everything else was weird. His music all sounded the same. I know they had like a couple other people helping. It was fun that they had, what's his name? Director Fury. What's his real name? Oh, crap. In there, but like, it also didn't make a lot of sense to me, though. I was like, why is he dressed like Uncle Sam? No. He was dressed in like American flag garb, and the stuff he was saying was funny and like, and great and stuff, but didn't really match the music to me. And like, Kendrick Lamar's like, is one of those rap things where it's the same note over and over and over and over and over and over again. So imagine if I talked in my podcast like this, and I just didn't have any inflection, and I just talked monotone, and I spoke on the same notes over and over and over again. Like, how boring would that be to listen to? You know what I mean? And so, yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. The lights were mediocre. The stage was mediocre. The costumes were mediocre. The dancing was mediocre. Because sometimes, like, rappers can get away with, like, their crappy written songs, because I don't think a lot of famous rappers are actually that good. But, like, you can get away with it if you have really good choreography, because hip-hop is awesome, and I think everyone likes hip-hop dancing. Like, it looks good, it's fun, it's cool, it's unique, but the dancing was bad too, and it was just like, man, it was just disappointment after disappointment. And so I don't know what happened to the days of having good entertainment, and like, I don't know why it's so hard to find it. Like, I would have rather watched Taylor Swift perform the halftime show. I know she never will, because that's not her audience, but like, girl knows how to put on a show, though. You know, I'm not her biggest fan. I don't hate her. Like, I don't obsessively hate her. And I think her being booed was kind of sad. Like, imagine going to watch your boyfriend play football, or like watch him do his job, and then like all of a sudden several million people are just booing you in public. Like, I don't think that's necessary, frankly. And I'm not like obsessedly, like, obsessively hating of her, you know, like some people do, because like what a sad way to live. And if you're a Swiftie, live your life. If it brings you joy, it brings you joy, you know. But like, she knows how to put on a show. Like, I never went to any of her concerts. I didn't go to the Eras tour, any of that. Like, it's just not worth the money to me. And I don't like a lot of her latest albums. But like, she knows how to entertain, though. She knows how to do a costume change. She knows how to make an impression. She knows how to cater to her audience and like have cool video boards and all this sort of cool stuff. Like, girl knows how to entertain. She knows how to put on a show. Same thing with like Beyonce. Same thing with Sabrina Carpenter. I don't think Sabrina Carpenter's voice is very good at all. Like, I don't like her voice. I'm not a big fan of like the breathy singing. You know, it's not my vibe. If you like it, I like a handful of her songs and stuff. So I'm not hating on her either. The breathy thing is just not, I just don't like that in the voice. And again, I'm a voice teacher, so I feel like I'm allowed to feel that way, because I think what makes the human voice unique to each person is when you get that vocal fold closure and you get that resonance. Like, that is what makes your voice unique to you, you know? But like, she knows how to entertain. She knows how to put on a show too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. Like, Lady Gaga's halftime show was really awesome. I didn't love J-Lo's halftime show with Shakira, I think. Like, I didn't love theirs, but like, it was at least entertaining. You know, I didn't like how they were like, how it was so suggestive, you know, and that maybe makes me prudish. If so, so be it. But like, I didn't love that because, again, I don't think that's real dancing either. Like, I appreciate good quality dancing that's like impressive and fun to watch and goes with the music and is rhythmically impressive and all that stuff. You know what I mean? And I feel like there are a lot of people that do that really, really well who just aren't as famous. You know what I mean? So I like good dancing, but like, it was still entertaining. The lights were good. The costumes were okay. Like, the background dancers were also dancing better. And yeah, so it was interesting. Like, Usher's, I liked Usher's better. His was a little anticlimactic for me, but his was fun, and it was just disappointing. So anyways, that's all I really have to say. I mainly just wanted to talk about the Super Bowl. I'm not going to talk about my work week because I still work at BYU, but there was just some frustrating people that I was working with, and I vented to. A lot of my students have asked about my work today, and so I've kind of vented to them a little bit. But yeah, it just made me want to talk about the Super Bowl and how disappointing it was. Like, I love the Super Bowl, and I love football, I love dance, I love music, I love creative, clever commercials, I love it all, and it all just let me down, you know? But at the very least, I had a good time watching with my pappy, though. Got to watch my last football game with my pappy for 2 years. And then who knows what's going to happen in 2 years, what's going to change. But I just don't see why it's so hard to find talented, competent musicians and a good production team to put on like a semi-decent halftime show. Like, that is what brings half of the viewership, and they blew it. They blew it. You had one job and you couldn't do it. So anyways, that was super disappointing. But I got to see a cute guy at the MTC today. And, you know, so that's all I have. This is going to be a nice, short, sweet episode. I'm going to try and get some guests on here soon. I need to muster up the courage to ask some of them because they're more famous than me. And they're really cool. But, yeah, I want to have some more guests on and be more consistent again. My life is just a little bit nuts, and I'm working a lot, and I'm just so tired. I'm still recovering from my cold and my illness. So those of you who still listen, I love you. You're the real ones. Bless you to the stars. And yeah, I hope everyone has a great week. I will see you next week. Bye. Remember to tune in every Wednesday for Well-Rounded Wednesday, and please leave a rating and a review.